take a couple of moments to share some important church family news. I have a script to keep me on time and on track, and so I am just going to read this, basically. So I will fill in the headline of what it is, and then I'll come back and fill in the why and what. Okay. The headline is this, that Callum is going to be taking some time off from now until later at the end of the summer, beginning of September time. You'll know that Callum, along with Robert, joined the eldership team at Easter last year, and hopefully you'll know that Callum is also part of Gateway's staff team. He is our operations manager. We've decided that this is necessary as Callum has been increasingly aware over the last number of months of a struggle with his mental health. And in light of this and talking it through with Callum and Katie, we agreed that it would serve them most effectively for Callum to lay down all of his Gateway responsibilities, both employed and spiritual, over this time. It's important right now, jumping down. So he's going to do that, take off this time, just lay down his responsibilities, which allows Callum to prioritize looking after his mental health and his well-being and prioritize Katie, Eli, and Rosa at this point in time. It's important just to state that Callum is an elder of Gateway Church. We're not stopping that. He's not stepping down, nor are we saying that he should. And I am very thankful to God, as I'm sure you are, of Callum and Katie's love for the church and passion for Jesus. So he's not stepping down from being an elder. But I also want to be equally clear that this time off is not a sin-related issue, and neither is it a crisis of faith. Can't say it any more clearly than that. Over this time, we're not expecting them to be, so Callum and Katie, maybe the kids might be with Jen and Rich, who are grandparents, by the way, of Eli and Rosa. But over this time, we're not expecting Callum and Katie to be in or around Gateway at all. I realise, saying that there are many people in Gateway who do and have struggled with mental health and yet still come to church week after week, serving, being around, prayer meetings, gatherings. And yes, being present amongst God's people in those moments is important and a good thing. However, for those who are staff in a church, and especially for elders, church carries a different dynamic. It's an all-of-life thing. There are no kind of boundaries, off points in that way. And it's different in a way that it simply isn't for the majority of the church body. And in every context and relationship, you're still a leader, someone who can sort it out. And an elder can't simply turn up to a gathering like this morning and not be an elder. It's not a job title, it's a thing you are. And that's just really important to make that clear. And this actually makes finding space to rest and look after your own soul more challenging. It's more difficult. Therefore, we must be intentional about helping that happen, especially in vulnerable moments such as mental health challenges, sickness, and bereavement. Of course, Callum and Katie can choose to meet with friends as much as they want, hang out, chat, whatever they want to do, visit other churches if they want to, where they don't carry any kind of responsibility. That is totally up to those guys. But we are agreed as a leadership team that this is an appropriate course of action. And of course, our trustees are also aware, and we are in touch and have had a good friend of the church, Steve Whittington, who's part of the leadership team of Regions Beyond, our wider family of churches. He's been involved and has served us brilliantly, just as we've been processing together over the past little while. I'm sure that you will want to share your love and support with Callum and Katie, but also we want to ensure that we give them privacy and space. So here's a few key things I'd love to ask us that we do in this moment. So please do, if you want to, write messages, share scriptures, prophetic encouragement, However, can I ask that rather than sending them to Callum Katie directly, that you give them to me, Al, Nigel, Robert, and we will pass them on to Callum Katie. I'm just aware that it can be a pressure to respond in a way that doesn't necessarily help. Please do pray for Callum. So that's the first one. Please do reach out in that way of just sharing encouragements. The second is this. Please do pray. Pray for Callum, for Katie, Eli, and Rose. Pray for fun and laughter and healing and joy and comfort and peace and God's presence and his leading in this moment. Can I ask that we do, as a church family, we actually do the work of prayer, just to really lift them up in prayer, to strengthen them in prayer. That would be great. And then, please do be patient. This is a process, so we want to give plenty of space and time for it to happen. We're not putting everything on hold as a church. However, practically, we are sharing out Callum's work responsibilities, and therefore, can I just say, please be aware that it may mean that some things take longer, or in fact, may be intentionally left fallow over this next season. And I hope it goes without saying, please don't gossip. But if you do have questions, concerns, want to talk to us about different aspects of it, please do feel free to ask any of the leadership team or trustees just where things are at. We're not going to obviously unpack everything, but feel free to talk to us if you do have questions or concerns. Just to say, we're videoing this and we'll post it online, so anybody who's not here today can listen and everybody just receives the same message. I think that's important in these moments. So if anybody asks you to say, oh, I've heard that Callum's not around, just point them online or point them to us and we'll send them the link to the video. That's fine. And then just to finish, I just want to call us to, Al, thanks for leading us in praying for healing. And the same God, I just want to ask us to trust God for Callum and Katie in this moment. Let's trust that God will bring healing and wholeness to Callum and Katie. This is a real moment, but God is greater. And I am also aware that you may want to do something to show them your love and support. And so I will, at some point this morning, just put a bucket at the end of the stage, which, if you would like to, you are welcome to put in a small contribution towards helping them get some time away over the summer, or to enable them to have some family fun days together. It will go directly to them. We can't and won't claim gift aid on that. So therefore, we're just making it a cash easy deal to make it as simple as possible. So we'll leave the bucket here over the next few weeks. I am well aware that holidays don't fix things, lovely as they are. But I just feel in this moment, we can show Callum and Katie our love for them in that simple way, and ensure that they can have some fun over the summer without the added pressure of financial decision making. That's all that's underneath that. It's just that it just says, come on, we can have some fun, but we haven't got to worry about the finance aspect of it. So I'll leave that with you. It's totally a free will offering. By no means feel you have to. It's just there if you'd like to do that. And then finally, as appropriate over the coming couple of months, we will share updates as and when appropriate, as I say. The church is an amazing family. And it's even more amazing at points when it's facing pressure. I always am struck at how God's people love one another and rise to these moments. And God is faithful. So can I just ask us for 30 seconds? I want to lead us in praying for Callum and Katie.